NFL insider Jay Glazer. Look, Jay, you blew up the Twitterverse this Friday. I know you don't want to take credit for it, but you blindsided the world with the news that Percy Harvin was actually traded from Seattle to the Jets. We saw that Percy just posted this picture on Instagram of himself inside the Jets locker room. Obviously, they played Thursday night, so no game for him today. But let's go back to the trade from Seattle to New York and tell us exactly why it happened.
Look, the breaking point was after this week against the Dallas Cowboys. He pulled himself out of that game. That's when Seattle said enough is enough. And what people don't know is that there were several incidents that actually led up to that. For example, San Diego Charger game, same thing. Didn't get the ball enough early, pulled himself out of that game. The very first preseason game, because Earl Thomas was taking reps over him as the punt returner, pulled himself out of that game. The last preseason game, after he got in a fight with his teammate, Doug Baldwin, wouldn't even go to that game. It got to the point where people inside that organization who felt like they were walking around on eggshells around Percy Harvin.
So basically you're saying he was a repeat offender.
He was a repeat offender, absolutely.
How did this actual trade go down?
How about this, Kurt? Nobody knows this. It actually goes back about a month ago. After that Charger game, they reached out to the Cleveland Browns for a potential trade for their tight end, Jordan Cameron. And after that, they reached out to teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they kept it very close to the vest. They were going to open it up after this weekend. But when the Jets gave him a solid trade offer, it's just a 6th-round pick, they can go to 4. But they knew they had something for him. They said, if we don't trade him, he ends up getting hurt this week or something else happens, we'll get nothing for him. But it got so bad that if they couldn't trade Percy, eventually they would have cut him.
All right, so all of Percy's issues are now public. Were the Jets aware of this before they made the trade?
Yeah, look, John Idzik, the GM of the Jets, worked with John Schneider in Seattle. He was completely open about it. And Idzik, he's taken some heat for not bringing in talent for Rex Ryan. Certainly brought in talent, but also brought in a headache.